YMCA Camp Horsethief Reservoir is over 400 acres of an overnight camp, groups and retreats and conferences, as well as outdoor education here in the forests just north of Boise.
Y Camp at Horsethief Reservoir, some of the best topography and landscape that Idaho has to offer. It is that place where people can come together, learn to build new relationships, and just really celebrate who they are and have a place to grow and thrive.
First of all, the facilities here are phenomenal. Secondly, the program that we have here is really an engaging, active program. Each year, the program builds and provides different kinds of opportunities for kids. Adventure camp for older kids, counselors in training, leadership development. There are all kinds of opportunities to allow a kid to grow.
We have all sorts of activities from different physicalities. Could be climbing on our Idaho Rock Tower, the Buzzard Climbing Tower. It could also be playing on the ball field or shooting bow and arrow over an archery range.
Good job.
We also have arts and crafts, mountain biking. We also have our beautiful waterfront on Horsethief Reservoir where campers can go boating or they can go swimming.
Look, this is our trail. It's actually about to go on the zip line.
When our youngest grandson was here last year, he was not heavy enough to go on the zip line. So he set a goal for himself that he was going to be 75 pounds or more by the time he got to camp this year. So a highlight of his week was the ability to go on the zip line.
The trail, it's really fun and it's kind of gotten me into mountain biking.
Camp is an opportunity for them to maybe be like, I think I am the rock climbing kid. I really do like this one thing that might be different than people think of me, and they could build confidence around that.
To see a camper take even 15, 20 minutes to get up the wall, and then their sense of accomplishment on their face when they get to the top, that's the magic. Y Camp also gives kids an opportunity to be away from family, and you see these kids grow into being able to make choices of what they're gonna wear that day or what food they're gonna eat.
I'm gonna have another pancake with maple syrup on it. It's a sip of bosenberry syrup on the other one. It tastes good.
The independent skills that kids learn while they're at camp, we can't teach back in a day program back at the Y. It's what's special about Y Camp.
The homesick kids, they're like super homesick. The first day they're crying, they're like, I wanna go home. But it's like a big hug in here. So you come to camp with open arms and we hug you, and it's nice to see that little shift of them being super sad to being super happy and not wanting to leave camp.
This is a situation where we can sit down, we can empower the human, and really sort of embrace this concept of vulnerability. Sometimes kids come from situations where people don't believe in them. And those kids, when they get a chance to come to camp, are surrounded for 1 week with a group of people just cheering them on. It's powerful. Belief in you is something that we give kids here at camp.
Camp is just like any other YMCA program. It is for all. So we say that no one's ever turned away due to inability to pay.
So many kids had said, I've never roasted a marshmallow before. I've never made a s'more. Kids also talk about how at camp, I can eat as much as I want. And that's the reason why our donors and our volunteers are so critical, because camp is for everyone.
We actually change kids' lives by providing this kind of an opportunity for them, an opportunity that we want to make available to as many kids in the Valley or throughout the state of Idaho. And in order to do that, we need to sustain a fairly large scholarship fund.
We want this camp to be here forever and to continue to influence generations of kids. And with that, the camp needs some things. We need to continue to build our infrastructure. And then we want to build our capacity so that even more children from the Valley, regardless of background or income levels, they always have a place here at camp. And we never have to turn people away because we're short of space. I know camp is successful when I see all these children and they've got these huge smiles on their face.
What's amazing is when you go to pick them up on Friday, the amount of camaraderie and hugs between 9-year-old guys in the same cabin. The relationships that these kids create become strong bonds even within 5 days that the kids are here.
When they come back, parents will look at them and they'll say, wow, we've been telling you to do the dishes and you're doing the dishes. Why? And it's because we simplify it around caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility, and make the moments that these kids live here at camp about being the best versions of themselves. And when they come back, they take that with them in the rest of their lives.
Come September, I will remember camping days and friendships true.
When I see campers out in the audience of our closing campfire, we start talking about putting that twig on the fire and the tradition associated with this and how they're a part of this place and they have a home here forever. And this place was built for them. It brings it home for me.
It's such a perfect night.
That's what Y Camp really is at its core, is a place that is welcoming and encouraging and loving and shows people that they're worthy.